The mind. Mind must learn from the greater consciousness it is approaching and not impose its own standards on it. It has to receive illumination, open to a higher truth, admit a greater power that does not work according to mental canons, surrender itself and allow its half light, half darkness to be flooded from above, till where it was blind it can see, where it was deaf it can hear, where it was insensible it can feel, and where it was baffled, uncertain, questioning, disappointed, it can have joy, fulfillment, certitude, and peace. Letters on Yoga 1. Even the mind, in spite of its tendency to limit and divide, can be taught to think in the rhythm of the unifying truth instead of the broken terms of the limiting appearance. We must therefore accustom it, by meditation and concentration, to cease to think of things and beings as separately existent in themselves, and rather to think always of the One everywhere, and of all things as the One. The synthesis of yoga. The mind in its higher part is aware of being one with the divine in all ways, in all things. Having that supreme knowledge, it is not disturbed by its own ignorance and impotence in its lower instrumental parts. It looks on all that with a smile and remains happy and luminous with the light of the supreme knowledge. The consciousness of union with the divine is for the spiritual seeker the supreme knowledge. Letters on Yoga 4. The workings of the world are too subtle and strange and complex for the human mind to understand it. It is only when the knowledge comes from above and one is taken into the higher consciousness that the understanding can come. Meanwhile, what one has to follow is the dictates of the deeper psychic heart within, based on that faith and love which is the only sure guiding star. Letters on Yoga 3. Mind cannot possess the infinite. It can only suffer it or be possessed by it. It can only lie blissfully helpless under the luminous shadow of the real cast down on it from planes of existence beyond its reach. The possession of the infinite cannot come except by an ascent to those supramental planes, nor the knowledge of it except by an inert submission of mind to the descending messages of the truth-conscious reality, the life divine. Now that we have seen minutely what is the material reality of the world in which we live, and have some knowledge of the vital reality of the force from which we spring, we are at last beginning to seek again for the spiritual reality of that which we and all things secretly are. Our minds are once more trying to envisage the self, the spirit of man, and the spirit of the universe, intellectually, no doubt, at first, but from that to the old effort at sight, at realization within ourselves, and in all is not a very far step. The future poetry. The human mind is opening to an unprecedented largeness of vision of the greatness of the worlds, the wonder of life, the self of man, the mystery of the spirit in him and the universe. The future poetry. If the rift in the lid of mind is made, what happens is an opening of vision to something above us, or a rising up towards it, or a descent of its powers into our being. What we see by the opening of vision is an infinity above us, an eternal presence, or an infinite existence, an infinity of consciousness, an infinity of bliss, a boundless self, a boundless light, a boundless power, a boundless ecstasy. The life divine.